and welcome back to another episode of the Convoluted podcast. It's your host, Jesus, aka Tyrant Dominus, and it's been a very long time. And this time around, I have two of my fabulous co hosts that are back. Uh, join with me today is Chris
What's up?
and Liz.
Hey.
For anyone listening, it's been a very long time since I've recorded. We've been for the most part, for those who have been keeping up, I've recently been building a studio for my projects and stuff like that. And it's been almost over a year. I think it's around the time we've actually started recording this podcast originally. And for those who listened to the first few episodes, this show used to be what it is right now. Just a bunch of people coming together and talking about news stories and things, and then kind of catching up with what's happening these days. So yeah, I'll start it out. How's everyone doing these days? It is the year 2020. It's crazy times.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I'm
I
stuck.
work in a hospital. I work in a hospital, so I totally. It's been a world of change for sure.
You work at a hospital? That's crazy. I didn't know. I thought you worked at the pharmacy still. That's crazy.
I do still work at the pharmacy, but I work in the hospital now.
What?
Yeah, I upgraded. This has been a little over a year now that I've left Safeway.
Just goes to show you how much I care about my friends.
I know. So much love, so much love.
To be fair, though, I'm just stuck in my house because I just go to work and come back to my house every day. Nothing has changed for me besides I can't go out and go to the theaters no more because they all shut down. So, there you go.
Yeah, it definitely feels weird not being able to go see my friends and hanging out with them because some, have autoimmune disorders and it's like I totally get that perspective. Like I want to keep them safe too.
Yeah. That's why I don't go outside. I'm protecting all of you from myself, so you're welcome.
You've been doing it before COVID.
That's right. So I've been ahead of the game.
No, yeah, that's true. For everyone, I hope everyone's been safe. I've been in contact with some of my previous guests that I've luckily stayed in contact. Everyone's for the most part been well. We've had a crazy year. I'm not gonna lie. 2020 has thrown us a couple lefts and rights, and then it just continues to throw lefts and right at us nonstop. It's like it hasn't stopped. And some people have
It
some people have handled it better than others. I myself am more of an indoors person. So like Chris, I haven't been affected as much. Just seeing the few friends I do enjoy talking with, and cinemas, big cinemas. That's why for anyone who listens to a reaction cast, that's why there hasn't been anything for that because I can't go see movies at cinemas. But
Someone's gonna tell you, right? They were like, "Why don't you stream? You can just stream all the movies and then review the movies on stream." Like, it's not
so
the same.
expensive.
well, actually, for anyone, this is something I was gonna bring up. For anyone who's listening, we have a Discord channel, and Disney Plus just announced their share. What is it? Share. What is it called?
The
Share button.
yeah, the share movie time.
Share movie. So yeah, you can like invite people to kind of just watch a movie alongside you. So kind of like a movie night.
Do they
And
really?
yeah, they
Yeah.
did. So what I'm gonna be doing, so I'm gonna start this Friday. So can anyone tell me what this coming Friday's date is? So while I
7 days
It's
from the
the
9th to
16th.
the 16th. Yep.
so on the
16th.
16th, I'm gonna be hosting a movie night, for 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So for anyone from not in the Pacific Standard Time, do the math. Like I've been having issues with doing math. But 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Actually, I might do 7. Some people are from the East Coast.
Yeah,
But oh,
it'll be 10 o'clock them time by the time 10
yeah,
o'clock rolls around.
should I be nicer? What do you guys think? The 7
Just
o'clock
do it. Just do it
Pacific
at
Standard.
6:30. 6:30.
Okay, yeah.
It makes
Let's see.
sense because then if it's East Coast, then they're at 9:30, and then if they have work or well, if they have that Zoom work or whatever Zoom class, they can.
Okay, we'll do
Remember,
it.
Saturdays don't have school.
No, not now. We all have school now. School's every day, all day. It's a teacher's worst nightmare. School every day.
You don't
Okay.
even have kids. I have a kid, and I have to keep her on her toes about being on a time.
Oh, okay.
See?
That's a fun topic. I want to get into that, but before we get into that, so yeah, we'll do that. So on the 16th, if you guys are listening to this, October 16th, we'll be doing a movie night. The link will be posted on our Discord announcements section. There'll be a link and everything there, and yeah, we're gonna vote on what movie we're gonna all watch together, and then we'll have the chat open and chat like about it. But yeah, this the 16th will at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. So can anyone do the math? 9:30 Eastern Time.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
See?
be
I'm being
there. You
nice about it.
go. We'll post the link and we'll watch the movie. And yeah, we'll have a little thing, and maybe we'll even have a recording for reaction cast on that one, and we'll see how that goes. But that's the plan for that. But yeah, we have a Discord. You're welcome. It's for anyone who wondering what a Discord is. Discord is basically like just a fun chat channel. Just come join, just talk, ramble with us, things like that. But yeah, so Liz, you were mentioning this is interesting because now that it's weird because now we're in October. It's been everyone should be back in school for the most part. Uh, this has been an interesting time because some people have been able to go back to traditional schools and it hasn't worked out, and some people are doing the Zoom style schooling.
My
How has
daughter
it?
does Google Meet, so
We'll just do
Zoom.
the they'll do online schooling. Let's just go with
Yeah.
that. So how has that been for her, and how has it affected her? And what has your
Um.
thought process been for that?
Well, it's definitely been interesting. It's not the normal, usual routine, I guess, per se. I mean, though we still have a routine. We get up at 8 o'clock every morning, so she can get on it by 8:30, and she does her classes, and they the teacher's been well. She used to have a couple of different teachers to do certain classes, and she still does, but they're alternating weeks. So music will be one week and PE the next,
Wait,
and
how do you do PE?
I was about to say, how do you do PE and Zoom and online
well, okay,
classes?
so I had to do it with her on Tuesday. I was off on Tuesday, so I was doing it with her. And he's like, okay, these are the 3 things you got to tell me what you did when you did these things. So he was doing a low, medium, and high thing where certain activities. So like a snake was the low one he put like sampled off, and you could do one like that's low. So Ursula did frog, which is down, because you're bouncing low to the floor. You're on all your hands and feet. And then she did a doggy for a second one, and that was medium. And then she did a horse as the third one. So she was always so they had to say that. And then he was talking. He paused it between the things and was like, okay, now I'm going to talk about the muscle. And this time it was the bicep. And he's like, what muscle was I talking about? Bicep. So he had to go back in there, and they time him on those things. So when they know if they're going back and forth and it's looking at the screen. So
Mm.
it was kind of cool. It was an interesting take. I was definitely sore the next day, so I don't have the gym to go to anymore.
Yeah, it's weird not being able to go out. So here's an interesting question for you guys. How would you guys, if you guys were back in, we'll say middle school, high school, and this was your schooling style. How would you guys have taken that?
Shit, I
I
would
don't
have been a
know.
dream come true. Damn, if I didn't have to wake up so early. Just go to, just pop in whenever I can. Hell yeah, dude. That means I can
Yeah,
stay
well,
up
you
all
have
night.
no, not always. You still have to be in the class at 8:30 in the morning.
Nah, I'm just gonna
So
think of it as college. I'm be like, damn, this is how college is gonna be. Easy. All I have to do is wake up, be there, and I can get like class notes from like the PowerPoint. I'm sure. I don't know how. Like I said, I don't know how Zoom works, but I'm sure they have like, I don't know, like saved files or something.
yeah, they do like Google Meet. There's a lot of Google files. So because
Oh, see, there you
actually
go then.
Zoom actually gets tapped in. Did you know that?
Yeah, yeah, I
It
Yeah,
gets
did know
yeah.
hacked.
that. I knew that. That was funny to me too. I was like, that was the first thing that came to mind. Like, wait, can't they just hack this? Like, can't people just randomly join in and be like, "Yo, I'm here.
Yeah,
What's up?"
apparently there's a lot of people who have been doing like I guess happened in like Sherwood District. It was like they were just mooning. There were people getting mooned on there. People cussing. It was like wow, it's crazy. I'm like I'm so glad my daughter has Google Meet because they actually have to ask to be invited in. So
Yeah,
they tap in on a button and it has different code word for it to come in. So
Yeah,
and the
right.
teacher
there's
has to
different
approve it.
yeah, there's different things they could use. Even now, Discord itself has a video feature they can use.
Yeah, we
Um,
got to try that out a couple weeks ago, Jesus.
yeah, so there's like that's gonna be things in nature. That might be a possibility for the future. I don't know if you guys want to be on camera or not, but I know I'm gonna have to be. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But continue on. I think me personally, that would have been fine for me to just be at home with a computer in front of me. Uh, I,
I
yeah, I would
guess we
have
had
just
to.
been fine.
I had a little concept of that thing because considering this was the '90s, not everybody had a computer.
Yeah, it would have
True.
been this. That would have been interesting because right now we're living in a time where most individuals have the ability to have the internet near you or have the availability for it. So back then, okay, so that would have been for any of the listeners, you'll be tapping into how old we are. So that would have been late 90s, early 2000s for us.
I don't even
That
know what a phone was by that time. I don't even know what a phone is.
yeah, that would have been so rough to have schooling because no one really you couldn't do video calls or anything. Wow. That that would have had to been real social distancing schooling. They would have to limit how many people would be in classes. Wow, it would be really different.
Isn't that what they're doing right now?
They're
Isn't that
trying.
what? Yeah, isn't that what they're trying to do that right now?
They're trying. From what I've seen, it's not working. There's
I
been so
bet.
many. There's been so many confirmed cases because of it.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, they even said in the Portland district they had district. I mean, not Portland in general, but they said like the suburbs that didn't have effective counts of COVID, and they still went to school, and they were still seeing kids with COVID.
so yeah, it's crazy. Um, so yeah, back back in our time, they would have to like have really pushed for like stricter mask enforcement and like limited people in
And
classes.
you think about it, in the '90s, we would have complied. Here it is,
Yeah.
2020, and nobody wants to comply.
Yep.
Yeah, yep. It's
Don't you agree? I'm just saying. I'm just trying to point this out. I think we would have all complied back in the '90s. We wouldn't have cared because we knew this is up for our health being.
no, yeah. I think
Yep.
the mindset has changed a lot in the last couple decades, for better or worse. But now it's baffling.
It is baffling. Nobody really
So
sees the big picture. They just see themselves.
yep, that's the day and age.
I really want to tell those people who wear their masks down below their nose and be like, okay, does your surgeon do that? Why are they performing a surgery?
Well,
You're
they're
laughing at me,
okay.
Chris.
No, I'm not. I'm not being. I just see that at work. At my work, we're supposed to wear masks. Like we're supposed to wear masks, but every time I go on break, I always see like five people having like like just underneath their nose. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? That's not how you wear a mask. What what are you doing? Like, come on, dude.
No, yeah,
And
we do the same thing. Like we still wear our masks during like store opening, but the second the store closes, we take off our masks, which we're not supposed to. We're not supposed
oh
to,
god.
but there's almost no one in our store. We each work 6 feet apart, so for the most part we're fine.
But
And
you guys have been associated with that circle, so I must,
yeah, so we have a very we're pretty safe for the most part. And then the second, more people show up, we do put on our masks, but it's one of those things like it it does help a lot for anyone who doesn't believe that it does. Actually, what's funny is um, South Park recently put out their pandemic special, and I got to watch it recently, and they were making fun of that for the people who don't wear their mask properly. And there's individuals who wear their mask like just to their like chin sometime, just to put it down. And I liked what they called them. They called them chin diapers.
Chin diapers.
I love it.
So yeah, so whenever everyone's not wearing their mask properly, I just think of chin diapers because they put their mask just even if they're to the nose, it's covering their chin, so it's a chin diaper.
That's
Oh.
funny.
So now we can just from now on anyone who's just improperly wearing the mask, like, oh man, why are they being a chin diaper?
I need to
There
see
you
that.
go.
I've been wanting to see that, but I haven't.
It's a good episode. I recommend it because they do come across a lot of the things that it's South Park, so they really talk about the topics on hand, kind of the pandemic, how people are handling it, the police brutality, everything, in like 1 hour in a 1 hour special. They do a really good job in it. It's like it's interesting. Mostly, another thing interesting is going back to kind of the schooling is like how and just individuals how people are handling it compared to others. Like I know, like we joke about it that like Liz, you're a little bit more outgoing than we are, but for me and Fred,
Goji.
um,
Sorry, that was a funny word.
but yeah, me and Chris are more homebodies, so our lives didn't really change drastically. So we were like, oh, we we can't go outside. Okay. But there are individuals who like they kind of need to go out to socialize to kind of be themselves because there are people who kind of feed off other people.
Ha,
Uh,
losers.
but yeah,
Well, then we get into the whole point of the mental streak of people, depression, suicide rates are going up. It's crazy and ridiculous. You know how many times I see that in my ED, and I'm like, oh my god! And some of these people are very young, and some of these people are really old, and it's just like either way, it's still sad as hell.
yeah, it's a and going then to schooling is how is that going to affect the younger generation? Because sometimes the only form of socializing for kids was going to school. Like that was your like that's how you went to social circles was going to school, being with your friends and just other people that you had to associate because you had to. But now that's gone for the most part, and how is that going to be affecting? It's interesting. Is people are going to be looking back to this year in particular, seeing how things are happening. It's gonna be interesting. Like 5-10 years in the future, and looking back at 2020, even
Mm-hmm.
2021. But yeah, it's been an interesting year. Uh, Overall, I'm glad that we're starting the podcast in October. Actually, this is around the same time we started recording too the podcast. Uh, so let me double check. Actually, when did we actually post the first episode of the Convoluted podcast?
November. I must say right now, November.
You're gonna say November? Any other guesses?
I'm gonna have to go. I think it was October. I don't know if I was there for the first one though.
See here.
Watch it be September. I'm gonna be sad if it's
I
September.
know, right?
Oh wow. Okay. It was
Yep, there it
actually
is.
no. It was actually in May.
Oh.
Oh, we were really off.
Okay, yeah.
I blame COVID. I was wrong because of COVID.
Well, yeah, we couldn't really record during May too because everything started kicking in March, April. No,
Yeah,
yeah,
March. It
March.
happened right after my birthday week. It actually took all effect. I was like, oh, I got to celebrate my birthday. Yay.
Um, wait, that's weird. Wait 1 second. For some reason, these are marking. Actually, I think this is when the. Actually, that's wrong. Never mind. It says May 2018. That was only 2 years ago. We had the podcast longer than that. I thought.
I'm
No,
pretty
that
sure.
seems
I don't know.
about right. I feel like that sounds about. Well, no, 2017 might be another one too.
I think that's when the podcast got uploaded to because I use Spotify and I use Google Podcasts. For anyone listening, you're welcome to listen to us anywhere you enjoy because we're almost everywhere now. Uh, that's weird, but yeah, it's been a long time. I've been trying so hard to kickstart this back. It's just more recently that I've been able to get to the point, and everyone's more comfortable enough to uh, kind of just record now. We're in a good space to have these things. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, it seems like some sites don't have all our episodes actually. Like Spotify doesn't have all our episodes. Interesting.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, that's good to know. So, wow. Okay. Well, actually, I can check one place. But anyways, yeah, it's gonna be interesting looking back at this year, and the podcast is back. Hope you guys are doing well. If you aren't,
Actually,
listen
I
to.
found it on YouTube, and it's been 3 years ago. I thought it was in 2017 we
I know,
started
yeah,
that.
yeah. So it has been 3 years. So if you are having trouble with your day, just listen to us ramble on for an hour or a little over an hour. Ramble, make your day a little lighter as we talk about some of the weird, strange, crazy, convoluted things in the world. Let's look at some of the news stories that we happened in the last two couple weeks. You want me to start with one?
Oh, sure.
I can.
Because here, I'll start with this one because even though we're not post COVID, we're still mid COVID. I would say we're still mid COVID. There are
Yeah,
some,
we got how many waves are we into it? I don't know. I lost track. We were supposed to be in second, third, and now I think we're into the 800 one.
yeah. So
Yay.
no matter what, people are still going to be doing stupid things. And a little while ago, two college students plummeted 4 floors while trying to take a selfie on a rooftop party.
You serious?
Yeah, yeah. Here, so there's an article from ABC News. Two college students have been hospitalized after plummeting 4 stories while they were allegedly trying to take a selfie at a rooftop party, according to ABC News Philadelphia station. The incident occurred approximately 2 a.m. on Saturday morning when the police say some Temple University students were partying and drinking on the rooftop in North Philadelphia when two women who were reportedly trying to take a selfie together somehow ended up falling off the roof and landing in the alleyway 4 floors down. That alone, that right there, that
And then
alone,
I'm reading that they survived it too, of all things, too.
yeah. So that alone is
Imagine that.
go for it.
I said, imagine that. Why? I don't understand college parties, dude. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I don't go to parties that often, but still, like, why do people think that it's like a good idea to take a picture 4 stories high and be on top of a roof near a ledge and just be like, let's take a selfie and hopefully we don't fall backwards when we're God. I don't know. I don't know if they were drunk or not,
Drunk.
or like,
They were
They're probably
drunk,
yeah.
drunk.
but yeah,
College parties, that's the whole point. You go to college parties to get drunk. As from my couple years of experience.
but yeah, it's still people doing stupid stuff during this time. Alone, they were another thing, they were like throwing a party during these times. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, people are, no matter what the situation, people are still gonna do stupid things. So yeah, there it's baffling. But yeah.
Wait, there was apparently there was a guy delivering a pizza to one of his friends and saw the ambulances and police cars everywhere. That's funny.
Oh,
Imagine that you're just delivering pizza to one of your friends and we're like, "What's going on?" And then you hear the news, "Oh, college students fell 4 stories off the roof trying to take a selfie." Glory days, the glory days
yeah,
of college.
yeah.
That's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
a good story to tell your grandkids. Like, "Hey, Dad or Grandma, Grandpa, how'd you get that scar?" "Oh, I fell down a roof, kid, trying to take a selfie with my best friend."
How'd you get those scars? Okay, so yeah, people, no matter what the time or the times, will still do stupid shit. What other stories do we have for this week?
I got one.
Go for it.
Okay, so you know that officer that killed that George Floyd guy?
Oh yeah, another interesting event that happened into 2020.
Yeah, so you know how his bail was set at $1 million?
Read a little bit of it.
Okay, let me open it up.
I'll read
Uh,
the title of the article. Uh, Derek Chauvin, ex-police officer
Show
accused.
I guess I
I
don't
think it's
know how
Chauvin.
he. Yeah, I don't know
The
how to say
ex-police
his name.
officer accused of killing the George Floyd out of jail on wait out of jail on $1 million bail. Okay, go for it. Read the article.
Uh, well, like I said, it's just weird. I was just gonna say it's just weird how a police officer who I don't know what their salary is, but like or how much he's saved up, like in this short amount of time, like how long has it been now? Like a few months maybe since
Uh,
he was
I
arrested.
said back in May. It happened in
Yeah,
yeah.
May, so.
so it's a some time I guess, but still like gathering $1 million just to bail him out. Like, there's no way you get that much money fast if you have friends and family, right? There's like no way that someone like with
Unless he
I
was a
guess
dirty cop. I'm not.
that right,
I
but
know it's
like
another subject. I know that's another subject, but I'm just saying he might be a dirty
he
cop.
might have been.
Those cops. You don't have
I
a
don't.
$1 million stashed around. Does anybody have
That's
a
what I'm
million
saying.
stashed around?
Yeah, that's what I'm
It,
saying. Like, there's no way you have
Not
like
even
a
in assets. I don't think in an assets they usually have $1 million.
wait, isn't it?
no.
Wait, isn't it for bails? Someone can double check for me, but isn't it for bails? You only have to like pay 10% of it
I
to
think
get
it's
released.
10 to 20%
So
has to be yours, which is like $200,000, I think. Oh,
minimum 10%, 10 grand.
oh,
So
well,
he still
20
could have got.
grand.
He could have still got out for 10, 20 grand. He could
But he
have.
has to hold. He has to hold it. He still has to be there. He still has to show up. And if he fails to show up to bond, the fails to show up to court, they automatically start taking that money by taking your house, your cars, anything in the house that you own to make up for that money or that $1 million bond.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Ready? I found part of the article that kind of does it. It says here, quote, "It was not immediately clear where Chauvin got the money to pay his bond. In Minnesota, someone who has posted bond is required to pay 10% in the case of $100,000 to the bail bond company. Then the company and the defendant work out an arrangement for the collateral to be paid back all or part of the rest of the bond amount," says Mike Barron, a criminal defense attorney who is not connected to the case. End quote. So yeah, that's what it is. So he would
But
have to
still,
pay $100,000. So if he was a dirty cop, $100,000 is not impossible to put away.
yeah, but like, where's he gonna get the rest of like the $900,000 to pay off that?
That's where it sounds like it's paid in payments or something from
That's
what it
dumb.
sounds like.
But you know
Uh,
what I also heard? I also heard that that one of the judges said he can leave Minnesota for fear of his safety or whatever. So he's allowed to leave the state of Minnesota
Yeah,
just
let's
in
see. Canada's right around the border.
yeah. Nah, I'm pretty sure everybody knows who this guy is. So no matter where he goes, he's gonna get recognized, good or bad. You know, because there's a lot of people like, well, he didn't do nothing wrong. He's a police officer. He stopped a criminal. I'm like, well, that's a different. That's a whole hornet's nest at that point. I don't want to get into that one. That one's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Where it doesn't, the article doesn't say where or how, but we'll see what's gonna
Where do you
happen.
think he's gonna go?
I don't know. He's probably gonna be
If he has a choice, where's he gonna go? Where do you guys think he's gonna go?
Florida.
I knew someone was gonna say Florida.
Mexico.
They can't leave the country.
Florida.
No, he's gonna get a fake passport.
True.
So Florida, that's where they're gonna send him for witness protection.
I know where he's gonna go.
What's your guess?
He's gonna go to Alabama.
Alabama. Okay.
The safest place for anybody is Alabama. For the right price.
What other topics do we have? Let's see here.
I got another one. This one's not kind of depressing. It's kind of interesting scientifically. So they recently found a songbird that's both male and female.
That is so cool.
What is it? What is that called when it's both?
A hermaphrodite?
Yeah, it's a hermaphrodite. Yeah, I knew there's a word for it. Let's see here. Can you read a little portion of it?
Okay, I'll just read the first paragraph or sentence, whatever you want to call it. So, how
long has it been since you've been out of school?
Oh, like a long time, dude. It's like what, a few years? Yeah.
You can't remember what the difference between a sentence and a paragraph?
Well, it's like a small paragraph. It's like it's a run-on sentence. Okay. Yeah. See, I know what that is. Gotcha.
Here's the thing: most people these days think paragraphs are run-on sentence. No one knows what a period or comma is.
I know, it's dumb.
Or
dumb animals.
I know,
All
right?
While Annie Lindsay's team of bird researchers was banding the avians of the Powder Mill Nature Reserve in Pennsylvania in order to track them, they came across a once-in-a-lifetime find, a rose-breasted grosbeak that was female on one side and male on the other. That's crazy. There's pictures there too, so if you guys on the Discord, there's even a little video. Look at that. That's crazy.
Let's go. Well, like all the news articles we're talking about, we're gonna have links to them below. And yeah, they look like a really pretty bird. It's interesting. It just goes to show you.
No, they said it's a gonadromorph, which it's not like a hermaphrodite.
Where is it?
It's at the bottom, towards the bottom.
That's right.
Where'd it go? Jenna. How do you pronounce it?
Gonadromorph?
Gonadromorph? That rolls off.
Fancy words. Oh, here it is. I don't know.
The rare is
like hermaphrodites. I said have a
look at hermaphrodite. Okay, so can anyone Google?
I'm gonna look up what a hermaphrodite is. I'm gonna look up whatever that word is.
Okay, I'll look what this word is. So, okay, so it says this is an organism that contains both a male and female characteristics. Yeah, just and is mainly used in the field in entomology. So it's just kind of a term they use.
So a hermaphrodite is a person or an animal having both male and female sex organs or other sexual characteristics, either abnormally or as the natural condition.
So technically, they're the same thing. This is just kind of like stating them as a species. You know, like you know how all species have their species names. It's just a different way to say it. So we weren't wrong for the most part.
American language is hard.
Oh man, I found a fun joke a little bit ago. I'll post it on the Discord later, but it's how the American language, not the English language, but the American language, how we can be so rough. I'll post it in our chat really quick.
How weird it is.
Yeah, here. How the word. Where is it?
Isn't it red? Like read red.
Yes. How read. Fuck. Now I'm confusing it.
You mean how they're spelled the same but sound different, or how they're pronounced differently?
Pronunciated. Yes.
Yeah, because how you can do read or read, and lead and led.
That's dumb.
There-
Stop. I hate this. I don't
yeah,
like this.
it's that. It's like,
Today, you know.
I hate this so much.
but I found another one just a little bit ago. Here it is. Where the frick is it? Posting it. Like, it's just trying to learn that for people who are outside of our kind of
Country.
our country, basically. Here, where is it? There it is. So the word, where is it? Though, thought, through, throughout, thorough, thought,
tough.
taught.
No, it's no. I'm reading it counterclock or
Whatever.
clockwise.
But yeah, it's just like, okay, they're almost all spelled. I'm not gonna lie. I sometimes misspell the wrong thing sometimes. Like, wait, am I doing this right? Just because they're like.
I was about to say I can't spell weird or wired right. I always get those confused.
Yeah. It's like awkward.
I cannot spell. I always have to like double check and be like, is that how you spell weird, or is that how you spell? Am I spelling weird or am I spelling wired? I don't know.
What's the context?
Exactly.
I just don't know. Is it like WERI? Whatever. Yeah, I don't know. English is hard. I don't know.
American is hard.
English is true. American English is hard.
Yes. Even Americans can't speak American sometimes.
I can't even spell it half the time. They use the wrong there, and there. I have a hard time with that one. There.
I was about to say, low-key, that triggers me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it'll give me a little bit of a frustration. I'm like, you really can't say there, or you can't spell there, as in that's yours, or it's over there. Like, what are you doing?
Exactly. I get frustrated. I'm like, I almost want to stop. I want to like tell people they're misspelling words. I'm like, just FYI.
Oh yeah. Gotta love English, American English.
English is the best language.
So let's kind of it's kind of fun, and I know Liz is having a little. She's been talking more than I thought she was because she's having a little bit of a rough throat. So
rough throat. Yeah, I am.
Got him.
So, for anyone listening, give a lot of props to Liz for joining us today. We could have postponed this, but it's kind of like I said, it's rough for all of us to get together, and thank you, Liz, for powering through this. We're gonna since it's October.
I'm starting to feel normal. I'm starting to feel back to no longer hungover. I'm actually got a stomach ache going like I'm hungry thing, so that's a good sign. Good sign.
You're hungover?
Yeah.
I didn't.
She was partying for the podcast. She's like, I'm gonna record tomorrow, party tonight. Before.
Hey, Jesus, you were part of it too, man. I was not by myself on this.
True, but I'm feeling 100%.
You guys went drinking? You guys didn't invite me? I hate all of you.
You said you like your little home. You like working.
No, all I said was I didn't say I like being home. I just said nothing has changed for me. I'm at home most of the time. Doesn't mean I don't not like going out.
And you said you don't party, so
I said I never got invited to parties.
Okay. Uh-huh.
We'll have a party to celebrate the.
You know what, you guys aren't invited to my birthday party no more. I was gonna have snacks, adult beverages like
Kool-Aid.
Sunny D. No, Kool-Aid's for nerds.
Okay, but anyways, continuing on. It is October.
I was gonna ask you before we move on to the next topic. What if you had a pet animal that was a quote unquote the other word for hermaphrodite? What kind of what pet would you have? Like, you know, like what would
what would you name it? And what would you name it?
Wait,
True. Like
wait,
what would be an interesting animal that it has like this condition? Like what would be an interesting animal? You know what I would have?
wait. That is a hermaphrodite, or was it
No,
asexual?
no, that's like yeah, whatever the I can't even pronounce this word. Like gy, gy,
Gotta go for more.
form. Yeah,
I
whatever.
know you're trying to be fancy. You can say hermaphrodite. It's the same.
All right, so okay, whatever. So if you had a hermaphrodite pet, what pet would it be, and what would you name it?
Uh, okay, you go first because you already have an idea. I gotta think a little bit.
I know
Yeah,
which
me
one. A
too.
seahorse. A seahorse.
A seahorse?
A seahorse. Yeah, you know why? Because males give birth. So how would it work? If it's a male and female, is it really a seahorse, or is it
Um,
a brand new species? Would you consider like a subspecies or something like
it
that?
would have been. It would be considered a subspecies. It's just a new.
Right.
It's a new species of hermaphrodite seahorse.
But wouldn't it be weird though if it got pregnant? Because then it wouldn't be a real seahorse because only the males can give birth, not the females.
No, it still would be normal because it would just be a different species. It would just be odd for us
You
to like
see?
understand it.
Confusing.
Uh,
Animals are confusing.
I
I'm gonna
don't
name it
say.
Bill.
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 Honestly, it doesn't really matter if it was a hermaphrodite because it doesn't really change much of the distinction. There's only very few animals where the male and female kind of dynamic is involved with their species, kind of like how lions deal with it, or hyenas. So for it to make any
And
sense to have,
dolphins too. You have to think about dolphins too.
yeah, like that, like I would have to, like, because if I said, like, even if I just said cat or dog, I don't think it would really matter if they were a
That wouldn't matter that
hermaphrodite.
much. Yeah, that wouldn't
Exactly.
matter much.
So
That's why I said a seahorse, because seahorses
it
have.
would be interesting. I would. Hmm, uh, for joking purposes, I would say hyena. Because then when
Why?
do you know
I don't
why?
know. I don't know I don't know hyenas that well, so I can't. I don't know.
I can tell you. I think it's hyenas. The reason is I might be butchering this fact, but I think hyenas. Um, they're. I'm gonna look this up. I think it's hyenas that literally have. Uh, their the the shape of their clitoris is literally like dicks. So you can never tell the difference between male and female sometimes.
That's weird, dude. That's a
Yeah, I
weird
know.
champ. It's a
Hyenas.
weird. It's weird, dude. It's
Uh,
okay. You know what disturbing fact? It's a different topic, but just to add a little bit to the weirdness. You know what I found out recently? Like, 2 weeks ago, recently. Uh, Ducks have a spiral penis, which is weird to me.
you didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know
Man,
that either.
I
what?
didn't know that. I
They
didn't
didn't.
know that.
It's
Yeah.
not like I'm really, truly, deeply fascinated by ducks to learn more facts
Yeah,
about
dude,
a
me either.
spiral penis.
It's just one of those random facts you know, like ducks have spiral
I just saw,
penises.
I just saw one. I was on like an animal fact binge like 2 weeks ago. So I forgot what YouTube channel it was, but it was like one of those with a guy that sounds like Morgan Freeman. I don't know I don't know if you've seen that YouTube channel before, but he has like well, I'll see if I can find it, but yeah, he pretty much talked about it, and I was like, "There's no way ducks have spiral dicks," and I'm like, and I looked it up. I'm like, this is kind of sad. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah,
this is weird,
like
dude.
it's just like another weird fact is like a spotted hyena. The females have like pseudo penises.
Oh, it's called True Facts About the Duck. That's what it's called by Z
Okay.
Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that was.
there's your penis facts for the day,
Here's your
guys,
penis facts for your days,
or
or
pseudo
yeah,
penises.
genital facts for the day. Hyenas have
uh,
weird dick
female.
clitorises and whatever,
Mhm.
and ducks have spiral dicks. So there you go.
So that would mean my hermaphrodite hyena would have a dick it would have a double dick.
That's weird, dude.
Eh?
What would you
That's what
name
I
it?
do. Tyrone.
That's messed up.
So,
Can't name.
hey, it's my spotted hyena.
Whatever, dude.
Hi,
Uh,
Tyrone. Come here, Tyrone.
Yeah.
so what about you, Liz? What would your hermaphrodite animal be?
I really thought about it, and I'm like, I'm all over the board, but an elephant would be cool.
An elephant. Interesting.
Huh.
Why elephant?
Well, I don't know if you ever seen. Speaking of penises, about the length of a penis of on a elephant. It's almost
It's
like
like,
a
is
fifth
it hung like
leg,
a horse?
like a fifth leg.
That's crazy.
Yeah, my father joked
You've
about that,
seen
the
it?
fifth leg.
That's
Yeah, well,
crazy.
we were at the zoo. It's not like you can't see those elephants.
That's funny. I'm sorry. That's funny to me.
It is
I've
funny.
I've, I've never, I don't.
Yeah.
When I see something like that, I'm just like I'm intimidated at this point. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to think no more.
Don't know
I
how to
feel
react to it.
exactly.
All
So
right.
I feel intimidated.
All right,
I
then
feel
here you're gonna be intimidated because I'm gonna give you the fact of the animal with the biggest penis on the planet.
isn't it a
Isn't
sperm
it?
whale?
It is a blue
Yeah.
whale. It is
Oh,
a
Oh
blue
blue
yeah.
whale.
whale.
I thought it was a whale. I
Yeah,
thought
it
it
is
was
a
a
Yeah.
blue
one
whale.
whale.
And on average, ready? On average, they are between 8 to 10 feet long, and the diameter is roughly between 12 to 14 inches.
Ouch.
That thing's a
Yikes,
pipe.
dude.
The pipe.
That lays a whole new meaning down to lay down the pipe, man. It's a whole new meaning to that.
And
Um,
did you know in Wales they have to use another one to bridge them so that when they have sex, they don't float away. They have to have a
Interesting.
a third whale in the process of having sex with. So it's hilarious.
That's also a new meaning to a threesome.
Oh, penis facts. I didn't think this we're gonna start the season off with this, but it got there really quick.
There you go.
All
Now you can skip on this for like the next few days. Or the next few
And then
episodes, my bad.
eventually we'll come back to it eventually.
Yeah, definitely. On our number 12 episode to end the season.
Damn, you're canceling us really quick. But okay,
Cancelled.
so let's continue on with the kind of our final topic for the recording. So it is October. It is Halloween season.
Spooky month, woo!
It is. It is. Sadly, I don't think we're gonna see many trick or treaters out there. All of us are too old to trick or treat, but we still like the idea. And
I
it
like
started
haunted
Especially when all
houses.
the kids come in with their costumes and the creative ideas. I mean, look at my daughter. I mean, she's been last year she was Wednesday Adams.
Huh.
And nobody
it's one of those.
really.
Yeah, it was. It's one of those things that I kind of do miss. You and I actually went last year to go see the No Sleep podcast live.
Yes, that was
and
amazing. That was fun.
and they weren't able to do that this year, so it's another thing. We're missing a lot of events. Events are being closed, kind of like the corn mazes, all these things that are
Oktoberfest.
yeah, it's all these fun things we that are fun
Start
to do around this
kick
time.
off kick off the year, kick off the end of the year basically.
And
Because
we're
it's eventually a bunch of partying, right? You know, all the way to the end of the year.
but let's stay awake. I'm gonna keep this kind of weird, depressing, creepy thing. Uh, I've been listening to a lot of horror stories. Well, I listen to them all year long because I enjoy a good horror story. And more recently, I listened to a story that has one of my most favorite ways that like you wish to someone for you to end you like done. So
Like
I
endgame you or
yeah, like you want to be endgamed. Like what in what condition would you in what condition would you have to be for someone to like off you basically?
huh. Hmm.
Off me, I have to be like unable to breathe, kind of thing. Like, I don't.
What?
If even if they said that a machine can keep me alive, do I really want to be on a machine just to stay alive? Or
Exactly, like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to ask you a
Oh,
question.
okay.
Like, in what condition where you don't you yourself don't have the power to like end it yourself? I know it's pretty dark, but we are in that dark
no, but if you
atmosphere.
think about it, Oregon is one of the number one states that you can come here and
Oh, do they
be.
have the what is it called?
Assisted
The
suicide.
yeah, that's what it's
Yes,
called. Yeah,
it
I
is.
didn't know
They do
Oregon
have
had
it
that.
here. Yes, Oregon does.
Okay,
There's
interesting.
that actually. I've seen a couple of like not YouTube videos, but just videos in general about these people that come to the state and live here for a couple years, so they can go through it with how
Interesting.
what they want to do. And it's very sad to watch that some of those.
Because the idea overall is just suicide itself. But there
I
there
know
are
they're being assisted by doctors who are actually prescribing these meds to show them how they take it so that they go
that's kind of like
peacefully.
yeah, that's kind of the for me the idea of suicide's always been like why do it? But it makes sense when for some individuals. For me the idea would never really cross my mind. It would only literally be like last ditch effort, like super way beyond. So this is where I'm going to give you guys the question, like in what condition would you have to be to like say like do it, it's done, like
Hmm.
I think I would have to be terminally ill, and I only have like a couple more weeks or a couple more months to live. It's not worth being in that pain for the last couple months. If I'm in a sound mind to do it, I would do it. I have to think about these things because I'm actually in the process of trying to find a lawyer to get a will done for myself and to have a trust set up for my daughter. So
prep work, yes.
it's
What a,
depressing that my sister came and said that, that's depressing to think about that. I'm like, it's something you have to think about as an adult, as a kid, with a child.
adulthood, thank you, life. What about you, Chris? Because I'll tell you the one I have that's really that always the idea came. I've seen the concept once, and I'm glad I reheard this style. So, do you have one, Chris?
Yeah, I always say that no matter what, if I have like what's it called? I think it's either dementia or if I have Alzheimer's, I want someone to come into my room and just end me. That's it. Yeah.
That's the one where you can't remember, right?
Yeah, where you like
Dementia, basically, and your Alzheimer's is basically your brain slowly disintegrating, and you start to recess back to like you can't do anything for yourself by the time you end at the end of dementia or at the end of your life, essentially.
Okay, so it is what I thought. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I just
So
don't want it. I don't want that, dude. I don't wanna be that old man who forgets everything every single day. I'm just like, well, shit.
it's the same day over
Uh,
and over. It's like a new day.
But
exactly.
it's
Unless
so
it's COVID.
progressive.
Imagine if it's the beginning of COVID and that's what your like
No, yeah,
body's
I can't.
like.
I,
No,
you,
it started over. It's 2020
yeah.
every day.
Yeah, no, I'm alright with that. No, I'm good. That's why you guys can. I give you all permission to go ahead and just end me any way you want me. You can have fun with it. Just make sure I die first, and then you can like burn my body or something. I don't care. Just make sure I'm not breathing. Okay, I don't want to feel pain. I hate pain.
Chris,
Pain is
that's how
pain.
that's how it is. That's what it is at the end. Here's the one I heard. The one I think of. It's I'm gonna go a little bit more like spooky since it is October.
Spooky.
So it's the concept is really interesting. It always gets to me. It's our perception of time, right?
Hmm.
And for people who do kind of like psychedelics or any of those drugs that kind of manipulate the way you perceive how your environment and time is, uh, I more recently I heard a story that reminded me of this concept of of the idea that we're given a drug that lets us kind of basically use our brain power to a more efficient level. So say you were being given this drug and your perception of time is like what's the best way to kind of slowed down? Not slowed. I think more sped up. I would say sped up. So your brain would be thinking on a higher level. So say you were trying to read a book, and we'll say like those Harry Potter books. Those things like for some people it took a couple days to read. But
I was
imagine,
one of them.
yeah.
Yeah, me too.
So
I hate reading.
imagine if you had this pill that gave you the ability to read said book, and that took a couple days, but only took you about like an hour or two, just because your brain was able to process all that information so fast.
So
Like,
what's the side effects? Tell me the
n-
side effects right now.
no. Here's the thing: the story is interesting because it's the idea is like, since it would be an experimental drug. Like, yes, uh, your brain power is like your your brain is processing everything so fast, so everything around you just start to move slower because everything, all the information coming to you, your brain still has to process everything. So you're able to like read the book like so fast, but everything else around you just feels slow. The idea is, say the drug just kept amping up. You know how some drugs take a little, sometimes it takes a little bit for it to kick in, right? Say
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
say the drug that's supposed to increase your brain power, like it starts working, like, oh, like it's how it's intended, like, oh yes, I'm able to do all these calculations, I'm able to read books, and everything. But what if that doesn't stop, the drug just keeps amping up? Say that your brain power just keeps increasing to the point where your perception of time can compensate what your body is doing. So you would be thinking so fast that a minute just sitting down would be like almost a year in your mind. So
Yeah, you
you
can
could
just you can end me right there. Then I don't like that. I don't like waiting. Waiting is like no, I'm good. I don't like that. I don't like
so
waiting.
like that, but then it would just escalate to where it would take you like what normally would what to go and open the door, it would take like a few seconds. And if it kept
Mm-hmm.
escalating, what it would have took you a few seconds to go open the door, if you were still able to do it, if you were able to compensate for your body, it would take you years to try to go and open a door in your mind. Like you can just be trying to think,
Mm,
and you're just like you're moving so slow, but you're thinking so much. You're trapped in your head like that. That's pretty scary.
that's pain, dude. That's pain.
Oh no, but here's the thing. The idea is also is like, say you're in the beginning, you're able to move, you're able to move and everything, but say the thing keep clicking, you get to the point where your body's still not acting right because you're thinking too much. You just like stub your toe, right?
Yeah.
The feeling of pain is still escalating in your head. So stubbing your toe takes what? What? It takes like a minute, right? For it, like to kind of subside after a while, like
Yeah.
but but that pain would be for like 10, 15 years in your mind.
Nah, I'm good. A single
Yeah, no, thank you.
Now you
stub
see,
toe with that long? No, I'm okay, dude. No, I'm all right.
so
That's
yeah,
insane.
the story I listened to reminded me of this thing where the I forget what show it was, but it was that where the guy, some it was like some weird fight, and
Oh, I
he
know. I think I know what you're talking about. It was it's Bleach.
was
Well,
it
at least that's
Bleach?
what I think so. Where the guy literally guy uses some weird power thing, and it takes like years for the knife to pierce his head or something, and
Like you just
he
wanted,
yeah, you just want it to be over with, but it's like taking so long for him to get there, and the anticipation is like just killing him or something. It's just like he wants to be dead, but his brain's like, nah,
exactly, right?
nah, dude,
That's
nah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
it's a pretty messed up concept. Like the idea is, it's like, yes, the ability to use more of your thought processing power is cool, but if it can go wrong, you can just be trapped in your mind and
Yeah,
your
Mm-hmm.
no,
body.
I'm good.
Yeah, that's my spooky thing. Just at that point, it's like finish it. The pain of dying would be like enormous because it would take forever to die. But would you? That's an interesting is like, say it was kind of like you be that's just weird. It's a weird concept. But yeah, that's my spooky one. You guys,
That's creepy.
yeah. All right, guys. We'll have a little bit more fun. Our next episode, we'll have some more Halloween, a little bit more Halloween, because that's when that episode will be happening. So if you guys made it this far, the way we're going to be moving things forward is we're going to be doing every 2 weeks. We're going to be doing this style of showing, where we're going to have all of us together and talking about topics. But we're also going to be sticking to some other traditional stuff and talking with guests. Here and there, Liz and Chris will be joining me when and possible. We do have a couple of people lined up, so look forward to that. Some previous guests and seeing how they are doing during 2020. Yeah.
You know, it's becoming a meme, right? 2020.
Oh,
it is a meme.
It is a meme. It's been a meme since April, right?
Since the beginning.
Since the beginning, yeah. So it's been a joke that 2020 is never going to end. 2020 Part 2 is going to happen next year.
Yep.
It's Jumanji Part 2.
I believe it.
But yeah, that's how we're going to be running the show. I'm glad, Liz and Chris, thank you for joining me, bringing back the show back again.
Not a problem. This is always fun.
Yep.
And don't forget, everyone, on the 16th, we're going to have a Disney Plus movie watch party. Yeah, watch party. I don't know why that was hard in my head. Yeah, watch party.
English.
Yes, words. Yeah, I do that. That's what the podcasts are, words. Yeah. On the 16th, join us be a part of our Discord. Links will be in the description.
And we still have to vote on a movie. So we have to get that going out too.
I'll post that on
Little Rascals 2 and 1, or 1 and 2.
I'll post.
I thought there was only one.
There's
no,
2.
There's one.
There's two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I can't replace the original because I grew up with the original. Well, not the original, like from the 1930s or something like that. But you know.
What? That's a
What,
classic.
you didn't know?
That's what I used to watch. Yeah, my dad was a big Little Rascals fan.
I like the one with Alfalfa, the one I knew growing up.
Yeah,
and
my dad would put my hair up like Alfalfa.
True.
Yep.
True.
But yeah, I'll post on what's Wednesday going to be? The 13th. On the 13th, we'll post a poll.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll post a poll on the 15th. What movie as a watch party we'll be doing, and then we'll have it on the 16th. So yeah, more details on the Discord. But yeah, look forward to it. As always, thank you guys for joining me. Everyone, thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.
Bye.
Bye.